On this episode, we head to Magic Kingdom for a night of spooky fun at Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party. Today's October 7th, 2025, and this is episode 813 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys!
If you want to be part of the community and join the conversation, get the latest theme park news, as well as live streams from the parks and resorts, head to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Are you ready for your bucket list trip? Our trusted partner, MEI Travel, will handle the planning so you can focus on the memories. They offer free vacation planning services and have nearly 20 years of experience creating memorable vacations. Visit mainstmagic.com/travel for a fee-free, no-obligation quote today.
So I'm super excited to talk about today's episode.
I'm going to let you run with it.
Okay.
Because you're so excited for this one.
I really am. I really am.
Very excited for Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party.
And I'm going to start out by saying here's one of the reasons why. Last year, as everybody knows, our third time was a charm.
Yeah.
We had one hurricane stop us. We had another hurricane stop us. And then instead of trying to get a third ticket situation, we just went and asked. And lo and behold, Disney threw complete major magic our way, and we got to go in. With that being said, we like dressing up. We like doing these things. So we want to prepare, and we didn't get to really and everything like that. So last year was fun and it was a great, amazing time. But this year we started planning, and we were going to be Constance Hatchaway, the bride from the attic for me. And Jeremy was going to be one of my 5 dead husbands. We were just going to kindly sew his neck back on. I have started looking at the weather and secretly kind of praying. And when all of a sudden there was 2, not 1, but 2 storms out there that almost were going to be considered actual twins, I was like, are you gosh darn kidding me? I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
So again, I just started praying a lot, and lo and behold, we started out driving down, and I was very, very nervous. It
rained most of the way.
It rained, and it looked like that Florida set in rain, but everything was like, according to weather sites and stuff, everything was saying it was going to be done by 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And these people were right.
Yeah.
And I had faith, and I got my prayers answered, and everything was just wonderful.
Yeah.
But before we did that, we'll get into that in a minute. Before that we did that, we did stop at Disney Springs, because Jeremy was like, we'll just go, we'll eat, and then we will go to the room to start getting ready. So I did carry my umbrella because I figured it would rain, and it did.
It sure did.
All I cared about, because my hair was actually done for the pictures and everything, I just needed to do a little tiny touch up on the face framing pieces that I had.
Yeah.
But so I just needed to have that umbrella right at my head so I wouldn't get wet. But yeah, so first we went to, of course, Pizza Ponte.
Oh, so good.
So good. We ate our normal pizza. We sat inside, which we've never done.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It was.
And then it started raining, so we sat in there even longer. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we just relaxed. We each had a slice of pizza, got a bottle of water, and yeah, it was nice just to chill there.
It was. And then I had to use the restroom, and I've never been, what'd you call it?
Yeah, Maria and Enzo's. We've never gone to Maria and Enzo's.
Holy crap. It looked really cool.
I mean, it has to be one of One of the only restaurants we've not gone to. I'm trying to think off the top of my head of another restaurant we have not visited on property, and that is the first one that comes to mind.
Maybe this next weekend we can eat there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or not?
Yeah, we will. Yeah, in 2 weeks when we go. That'd
Momentum?
actually be a good time. Maybe that's where we're talking about meeting John maybe for dinner one night or something. Maybe we can do that because we've done Enzo's Hideaway.
Yeah.
Which is run by Maria and Enzo's.
Right.
And Pizza Ponte, of course, as well. So we know the quality of that type of
Right.
food. So we'll go.
So I went to the restroom and it was just really, really cool in there. And I was very so we started talking about that.
There's Pizza Ponte shirts that shockingly I didn't know existed, but they didn't have an extra large.
They did not, because I was going to get
shirt.
him one.
I definitely would have.
But yeah, so then of course, we were going to head over for dessert to Salt and Straw.
No way.
Yeah. So we did. And do you want to start with this one?
Yeah, we'll go with this one. So I walked in and they didn't have the October flavors yet.
No.
You go out to mainstmagic.com and the article is up now. You'll be able to see what the flavors are in October, and you're going to get to hear more about kind of some of the things we're going to talk about here. Mm-hmm. And I walked in and there's a sign for this pumpkin spiced brownie sundae. Mm-hmm. And we've never done anything but waffle cones there. And I'd actually been saying recently, sometime I should just get a cup. And they have toppings. So I've been thinking about that anyway. So this is chocolate gooey brownie ice cream, dark chocolate sauce, whipped cream, and chocolate sprinkles in a pumpkin spiced waffle bowl. In theory, this sounds very, very good. This should look very good. And as they're preparing it, you think it's going to be good. The problem is, you think of the size of a homemade waffle bowl, right? The ones you buy, actually, the ones you get over at I think it's Fairfax Fair that does the little waffle bowls over at Hollywood Studios, or the ones you buy from the grocery store,
right,
are neat, tight little bowls, right? Mm-hmm. These are not. They're made from their waffle cones. They're brittle. They're delicious, but they put it in the same cup that they would put 1 scoop of ice cream in.
Yes.
So basically, this entire waffle bowl filled with all these ingredients are just sitting on top of the cup because it can't go in the cup.
Okay.
So as soon as they hand it to me, I'm just like, first of all, I don't know if I can get out the door without this just falling off of here. But it was pretty sturdy, actually, sitting in there. So, but it's raining. Mm-hmm. You obviously can't stay in Salt and Straw and eat them. Nope. So we were like, we can go across to the summer house area, but that outdoor area with some lounge seating, you really shouldn't just go sit there to eat Salt and Straw, but we could have. But it was full of people for the most part.
Right.
So we just kind of stood under Summer House there to eat it. I'll get into what I thought about it, but of course, it's not easy to eat. And anytime I'm apparently eating ice cream and it's all over me, we have a wonderful listener who happens to stop by to say hello.
Yeah.
And Mike did exactly that. So, of course, I've got ice cream in my beard, on my hands, just like it was Matt at outside the boardwalk area when we got ice cream that time. And it was like the middle of July and I'm just covered in it down to my...
It was just melting. Yeah. And that was so funny. This was not really funny because you were not a happy camper.
First, this doesn't work. This should not be served this way. It's impossible to eat. And it'd be one thing if they had tables or something inside Salt and Straw that you could go sit at. But they know that you don't. So these really need to be walkable ice cream options.
Well,
would you think?
I can agree with that. I think the sad part too is you don't love chocolate ice cream, and you really, so what it says, and you should probably post a picture because it literally says pumpkin spice brownie sundae, and it's got this it's orange, and then it's got this chocolate sauce on top. And
the sign does.
The sign does.
Yeah. And pumpkin spiced brownie sundae is huge.
Right. And I think Jeremy unfortunately didn't read the chocolate.
I'll tell you what Jeremy did. Okay. Jeremy gets a little excited sometimes and he doesn't exactly process the information in front of him. And therefore, when it comes to him, he is first frustrated because it's not what he intended. He then usually gathers his senses eventually and goes, okay, this is exactly what they said it was. I didn't intake that information properly. That aside, and I'll talk about that.
Okay.
It's just almost impossible to eat. Just plain, it's almost impossible to eat. Here's the thing. I'll tell you, because the bowl is so soft and delicious. I love their homemade waffle stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But it's soft in the sense that it's very fragile. It's breakable very easily. Their ice cream is very dense. And this has ooey gooey brownie stuff in the ice cream, so it's even denser. So put that on top of a waffle bowl that's basically floating above nothingness. As soon as your spoon goes to get that first thing of ice cream, it all crashes through the bottom. All the pieces on the side, this thing now opens up like a demigorgon, and the side pieces of waffle are starting to fall off. So one or two of those are dripping on the ground. A couple I just took off, and I may have placed in the bushes behind me, but it was just
a madman.
It was so frustrating trying to eat this thing. And then, again, dense ice cream, brittle waffle cone. You can't take those broken pieces and just scoop ice cream with it. Yeah. So the presentation, please don't do this, Salt and Straw. Just put it in a human-sized bowl.
But some people want a waffle bowl instead of a cone.
If anybody, though, wants to order it and be presented in this way, I would gladly love to sit down and have a discussion with them because I just can't fathom why you would choose for it to be this way. Now, for a photo, I understand because it looks really cool. The whole bowl is sitting on top of this thing. But if that's the case, just put it on a plate like a funnel cake, is my thought.
Okay.
Now, down to the flavors. Everything is good.
Yeah.
I think it's misleading in its name because the only thing
100%.
pumpkin spiced is the waffle bowl.
Correct.
Which is not overpowering.
No,
it
it's
is
not.
a nice light spice, and it works very well with certain ice creams.
Yes.
Such as your Snickerdoodle one that you got in it.
So
right?
that's
in
what
the
I
cone.
got because they did have the cone. So I got that. And it was fine. And I use the words fine. Yes, it was fantastic. But I did not get a cinnamon snickerdoodle pumpkin or a pumpkin cinnamon snickerdoodle. I did not get any of that.
You don't get pumpkin. You get fall spice, would you say, flavor
Maybe,
out of the cone and the
because
waffle stuff?
it was really good and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to all right, well, what do I want? I didn't want the salted malted cookie dough. I was like, it is good. But I was like, let me think of something that would go good with pumpkin as I was thinking.
Yes.
And I'm like, ooh, a cinnamon snickerdoodle. So a cinnamon pumpkin. Yeah. That's absolutely.
And I did this last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just such a faint pumpkin taste that don't get excited.
Don't get super excited about pumpkin.
Right.
Yeah. And then,
but it's super good.
The chocolate gooey brownie ice cream is delicious. It is rich. The brownie in there is really it's really, really good. I'm not a huge chocolate ice cream fan, but I know that people that are will love the ice cream part. Chocolate sauce is great. The whipped cream is great. I think to make it really a pumpkin spice brownie sundae, I think instead of chocolate sauce, a caramel sauce would have been nice.
Or
and instead of just a whipped cream, I'm thinking a actual pumpkin spiced whipped cream maybe. Or some sort of pumpkin caramel sauce in a regular whipped cream.
Yep.
Or even get some good pumpkin spice topping and put it all over the top. Whatever they do to make pumpkin cold foam at Starbucks, make that as whipped cream.
Yeah.
And this would have been what I wanted. So again, with that being said, we just told you exactly what it is. So you may say, that sounds great to me.
Right.
I only slightly like some pumpkin flavor, but I love chocolate. This will be right up your alley. I would BYO plate is all. And make it a sturdy one.
Yeah.
Because if they serve it on the thin Dixie paper plate ones that they do funnel cakes, it's not gonna make it. So.
Well, anyways, thank you, Mike, again.
Yes, thank you so much for stopping by, Mike. We really do appreciate it.
We do.
If you ever do see us, most likely I will have food in my beard, or still figuring out how to work this thing, or I'll have ice cream in my hand. I'll have something on me and embarrassing. It's okay. Please come up and say hello anyway. We love it. So we're gonna just skip a little bit ahead, just to lump these few things together. Yeah, and then we'll talk all about the Halloween party. So don't worry, we are getting there. But on October 3rd, we got word a couple days ahead of time, as we always do, from not only John Self, but then I had friends just start messaging me as they saw it on Good Morning America and social and all, that Salt and Straw was bringing back their legendary chocolate taco.
Okay.
That they call the Tacolate. I'll read you what they have posted on their site here. And again, you can find all this info at Maine ST Magic. Just click on MSN News at the top, or it'll be one of the the articles. That's the latest right there on the front. This is legendary chocolate taco is back. Sweet, spicy, and straight up crave-worthy. Meet the Tacolate, the crunchy till the last bite collab from Taco Bell and Salt and Straw. Cinnamon-ancho ice cream gets packed into a hand-pressed, sog-resistant waffle cone taco, then dunked in dark chocolate and studded with crunchy, puffed quinoa. Amp up every bite with a drizzle of mango jalapeno and wild berry cinnamon sauce. Crunch it, drip it, devour it. This is $8.50 per taco.
Yes, it is.
Where do you want to start?
We'll start with the presentation.
Yeah.
It was sad because John was very excited, and apparently knowing the owner and stuff. So it came in a cardboard boat.
Yeah, the to-go boxes,
box.
the brown cardboard to-go
Yes.
boxes you get on property.
Yes.
And a very small one at that.
Yes.
This would be one you'd take home probably a dessert in.
Yes.
Like just a single slice of cheesecake or something.
100%.
Yeah.
And inside that, when you opened it up, it had the wrapped tacolate.
Tacolate.
Yeah.
We weren't sure if it was Tacolate or Tacolate.
Yeah.
And then we had a long conversation about Chocolat, the movie with Johnny Depp, which we have not seen, but John did. So we had some discussion about that and all. We had a good time sitting out there.
We sure did.
Under the umbrella.
And then it started
rained,
raining.
of course.
Yeah.
But the umbrella kept us pretty much all dry. And we talked about movies and a lot about this thing, which we will have a video on our YouTube channel of the three of us enjoying the Tacolate.
And so it comes in this to go. Then you open it up, and it's wrapped in and I'm going to say it this way, what you would get in a freezer from Publix.
Like a foil. I guess you could call them foil wrapped.
Yeah. I
and
mean, it's in your box of, you get 5 in a box, and you just like your Magnum bars and all those, and you just tear that open. And here it is. And then next to it were these 2 clear little sauce containers with, now I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Like, you know how like when you go and you get ketchup and you pump one big giant pump and it fills like this was basically like
more of a drizzle,
like
quarter pump.
It was there was not a lot of sauces in
either of these.
And we were told that unfortunately / fortunately it was supposed to be in Taco Bell packets.
To squeeze out. It was supposed to come in its own box, basically, like labeled box, these Taco Bell packets. So like that is a lot of allure of this.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with the taste of it.
No.
Obviously. But
it's
when you do things like eat a lot of theme park food, or you get pumped up about things, and you're paying something like $8.50, because this is not a large dessert.
Not, but we were discussing it, and remember, like, you can get a scoop of ice cream that I think is about the same price if you're not getting the waffle bowl, because your waffle bowl and my cone was $20-something, and this was 2 of these tacos were $18 with tax.
Yeah.
So
it is comparable to that.
It is.
But that's just still letting people know
it's
if
small.
you like, again, somebody might go in and say, let's get one for the 2 of us.
So
if you want a full dessert,
right,
is not going to really fulfill that need.
And let me say it like this. There was
splitting it.
3 of us, and John and Jeremy are very much the same height, 6'3", 200 pounds, somewhere around like that. And then here's me, and I was going over there because I was like, I don't want much. I just want a bite. Let me say it like this. I took my 1 or 2 bites, which I did take a second bite, and I'll explain why. But you, me, and John, there wasn't a bite to give to John after you and I shared.
Correct.
It. So I'm super happy we got another one. Now, he took 2 bites, and then he was like, do y'all want more? And we're like, no, we're good. So with that being said, he did end up eating the rest because he was also taking a couple of bites with it by itself and then with sauces and stuff. So once we kind of did all that, I am very glad we got 2. So that
I just want to put the explanation out there, because when I actually pulled it out of the wrapper, I was very surprised at how it was smaller than I had expected. I thought maybe the model they were using in the photo had giant hands. I don't know that she did. So.
I think she has tiny hands.
But let's talk about the flavor and all. We had, bites without the little sauces. We had bites with it. They're not lying, I say, about the sog-resistant waffle cone taco.
I agree. 100%.
That blows my mind the way that they're able to make this thing.
Absolutely.
It's not like it's crunchy. You're going to hear it when you bite in, but it's not soggy at all. It has, and if you've had it, this is a Choco Taco. We're not trying to fool anyone. If you grew up, if you're our age, you've eaten a Choco Taco, most likely out of a ice cream truck, or I believe they started making a comeback. You used to be able to get them 7-Eleven, wherever you could get them from.
Okay.
It's just that. I think it's on an elevated
where we have
scale.
To go tonight.
Oh, to Cold Stone, because they have them there. So we do want to go get they have a Choco Tacos at Cold Stone.
We're going to go
get tonight after dinner, and we'll try. It is an elevated Choco Taco. Yeah. It has this ancho chili. What is it? The exact
cinnamon-ancho ice cream.
Cinnamon-ancho ice cream.
So I'm going to go ahead and stop you here. And here's what's funny. I didn't know any of this. I felt like John. John usually doesn't. He says he doesn't read what it says, what it is, and he tries to. I felt like John.
It, right?
Yeah, I felt like John this time because I took a bite and I'm like, okay, I took a bite by itself, didn't eat any sauce. Why do I feel a little spice in it? And then when y'all said cinnamon-ancho ice cream, I was like,
you're right. And you called out the cinnamon too.
I did.
So again, it delivers perfectly on those flavors.
It does. It's very good.
The topping, the chocolate hard topping is wonderful. And I love the puffed quinoa. It gives it that Nestle Crunch vibe on top, right? Yep. So I think 100%. All in all, the taco on its own is delicious.
Yes.
It's very, very good.
Yes.
The two sauces. How did you feel about the two different sauces? Now, the first fact was this was very hard to do because you had to dip these sauces. We really wanted the packet because, a packet, you can squeeze it out.
Squeeze it.
And drizzle it on. This you couldn't. You had to really, because it's a thick, viscous sauce, right?
It is.
Like it'd take you a minute or two to pour it out.
It kind of would.
So we're kind of dipping it, which is a little bit hard which again shows you how great this shell is. The shell was still breaking off little pieces. Like soggy would not do that.
Right.
So then pieces are falling in or a little of the chocolate on top. So it was kind of hard to eat. But let's just say it had gone off without a hitch and it was easy to eat. What did you think with the sauces?
I don't think it needs it because I think it is a fantastic, actually little cute taco lot. Whatever, however you say that daggum thing. I love it, and I would get it again. I'm excited to try Cold Stones.
Yes.
But if we're at Salt and Straw again, and I'm kind of like, you know what, I want something. Yeah, I would get it, and it's good enough on its own, but it's really good with the sauces too. So yeah.
Yeah,
I liked them both. I really did.
I agree. Everything you just said, I'll just say ditto because I don't have anything to add to that part. I think our biggest issue with the whole thing is the price point, and the fact that the way that it was presented, it doesn't make it a walkable treat, really, with the sauces and all. You know what I mean? Whereas if you get it the other way, you could drizzle some sauces on top, throw everything else away, the empty packets, and walk around with it a little bit.
You're right.
You're right. And I know this isn't exact in apples. If the price of this, which is $8.50, and let's just say a 1-scoop waffle cone was exactly $8.50, I would feel much, much better value-wise out of the waffle cone than I would the taco lot. That's all. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still think there's a better value in some of their other items for a very expensive gourmet ice cream place that we love more than anything.
And what if it was just like, baby, you got 1 scoop of ice cream in a cup and it was like $8.50? Would you?
I'd go with the Tacolate at that point. I think I would. But I could go with either. And it's one of those two, as we're sitting there going, $8.50, man, this does seem like a lot. And I try and think of $8.50 as, you had to get this for your family of 4 and you each got one, which wouldn't be absurd.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Then
you're talking, all right, you're getting up into $34 or so. And I understand it might cost the same for single scoops of ice cream.
Or what about a Mickey bar?
They're running, $5 now, right? $6, I think. So it's not, let's say it's not obscene. The price is not obscene.
Right.
And I do think it's worth it, but it's still something that I think is up for discussion. Okay. That's all. We're going to talk about Everglazed donuts as well. before we get into, and we're talking about spooky stuff and treats anyway.
Yeah.
So let's get into Everglazed donuts because they have 5 flavors, 6 designs technically for Halloween this year. So we went ahead and we purchased all 6 of them because
we
that's
actually
what you do.
purchased 7
We did.
donuts
We did.
because that day was also the release of Taylor and her Showgirl.
Yeah, Life of a Showgirl came out on October 3rd.
So this is Life of a Dough Girl.
Yep.
And it is their amazing glazed donut with orange flavored icing and then vanilla buttercream and then 1/2 of a, I don't know.
It's like a little chocolate medallion that
Yeah.
had a 12 in it because it's her 12th album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like something.
But it was like a turquoise. Again, the colors of the album color.
Beautiful.
So it's this orange cream
Gorgeous.
topping, and then it's got a turquoise buttercream, and then the little coin whatever medallion thing
Yes.
was also like a turquoise with almost an orangish pinkish print in it that they try to do with the 12. But
So we took it.
gorgeous.
Oh, it's gorgeous. So we took it home to Lacey. She absolutely loved it. I took a bite. It was fantastic.
It's really good.
It was really good.
I'm not a big fan of orange flavored things
was
personally,
great.
and I thought this was great.
Yeah.
So what I told John in a text because he was asking about it, the orange flavor to me is the same flavor from those orange chocolates, but without the chocolate. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like you know how fake banana flavor has a certain flavor?
Yeah.
This orange flavoring tastes the same as whatever orange flavoring they're using in those chocolate oranges, but in this icing. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
good.
And first of all, their donuts are shareable. You know, at $6-7 bucks
God,
each.
They're huge.
They're huge.
They're huge.
Absolutely giant. So I mean, we came home with 7 donuts that I think weighed 10 pounds.
I feel
and,
like
and
I
cost almost $50. Honestly, I think it was $43 for the 7 donuts.
Yeah,
so that's
with
like
pass holder discount.
with pass holder discount.
So yeah.
So you're talking that comes out with pass holder discount to over $6 each.
All right,
But
let's talk about
that
these
donut was
big-
well worth the money.
and
Let's see if these other ones are.
Let's see.
Let's start with the Nutella Boston Scream. So this is a Halloween makeover. A Halloween makeover of the classic Boston cream filled with Nutella for that perfect mix of chocolate and hazelnut. What did you think of this? Because ours was not filled with Nutella.
I just started to say, wait a minute. Ours was
As I'm reading it, ours was filled with the vanilla cream,
yeah
with the classic Boston cream. It had no Nutella in it
was
whatsoever.
Nutella on top
It must have been within the spread.
because on top it was the spread and then it looked like
Spider
it was
webs.
spider web.
Yeah, with white. So maybe it was, but and these are the
it-
things
you-
like we're really reading these now. We
Yes.
glanced at them, but we now are going over what we had in our head, what
Right.
we tasted to kind of show you our first reaction to it. So either way, I love a Boston cream donut,
Yes.
so I enjoyed this very, very much. What you're going to hear with most all of these is they're not creating new flavors.
Correct.
They're using old,
Yep.
familiar flavors and just giving them an awesome Halloween makeover because every
100%.
last one is Instagram worthy, obviously. They're all great looking
Yep.
donuts. All right, how about the Spooky Tombstone? So this is a donut straight from the graveyard topped with rich frosting and a candy tombstone. What it doesn't mention in that is this is flavored like mint cookies and cream, would you say?
Yeah, but very light. It's
Yes,
not
very light.
overpowering. It's
Agreed.
not something that I was like, oh, wow, that's mint.
Not as strong as an Andes mint, I
Yes.
would say. A lighter flavor.
But I feel like when you said it, I was like, okay, I kind of can see that. This was probably one of my actually favorite ones.
Yeah, it's
it's
really
so
good.
good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I loved this one. Out of the 6, this would be in my top 2 that can swap, and we'll get to that one.
Yep.
Then you have the Ghost Buddies. There's 2 different versions of this.
Which we got too.
Yeah, we got both. We got one of each of them
Yeah.
because it was the 2 different versions. So one is frosted. I think it was with purple. One was frosted with orange. And
Yeah.
there's little chocolate ghost on them.
Yep.
Some sprinkles. They're frosted, festive, and almost too cute to eat. Almost, Rhonda.
We ate them.
We did. It's a delicious frosted glazed donut.
It really is. It's fantastic.
John said he thinks their standard glazed donut is one of the best there is, and I have to agree.
So you were gone, and him and I were talking, and I said, I'm sure you've had the donut and chicken and donuts,
Yeah.
basically. And he was like, yeah. And he was that's when he was telling me the glaze, and I said,
Yeah.
I should do that because it sounds really good.
Yeah. I mean, again, we're going to be around Disney Springs a lot in 2 weeks, so
know.
we might have to do some
I
like a
know.
Disney Springs specific dining, like one of those of the the most popular things we haven't tried yet.
Right.
And that is one of them. So
Right.
Let's move on to Halloween sprinkles. This is another very standard. It's a holiday staple covered in vibrant orange, black, and purple sprinkles that scream Halloween. Again, I mean, it's pretty much a glazed chocolate covered donut, but it's good.
Still really good.
It's still really, really good. Then we have the Haunted Hour. This is a ghoulishly decorated donut, perfect for those who want a creepy, cool vibe with their sugar rush. And this does have ube. It is purple.
It is purple.
Very purple.
It is really good. This is
delicious.
Also, like, you don't taste it, like, it's still, they're amazing. Like, these donuts, I am going to compare. I was thinking about this. I am going to compare these donuts to, like, almost parlor, where they're not heavy dense.
Yeah, they're very
They're
light and airy. Yeah.
Like,
and parlor
almost,
are cronuts, basically. They're croissant style donuts.
Right,
and this somehow achieves that same light airiness without being a cronut.
Yeah.
They're delicious. And,
Yeah.
and we don't go to Everglazed enough.
I agree.
You know, I've said for so long, I'm like, I'm not really a donut guy. And then we get like 7 donuts and I'm walking back in there every 5 minutes eating a bite. Like that's, again,
I'm not a donut.
I'm one of those people that I'm not a donut guy until I find a donut I love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm like, okay. Like I used to say I wasn't a sweets guy.
Yeah.
Right? And then I found salt and straw. So it happens. But all right, we have a few more things to touch on. I promise we're getting to the Halloween. But again, these are just all things that were happening and we were excited to be there. It's another October 3rd one. Hit the 30-second skip if you're tired of hearing about Taylor Swift. We're not in our household, except for one person's name who starts with K. But the other 3 of us are very excited for the new album.
Yeah.
So sprinkles for this weekend only, which will be this past weekend now because it's coming out on Tuesday. But we wanted to talk about it. They were spicing up the new Taylor Swift album with their Chai Sugar Showgirl Cupcake. Mm-hmm. So this exclusive flavor features spiced chai cake with an orange sugar cookie crust, topped with vanilla buttercream, and finished with orange sugar crystals. Again, it was that weekend only, so it's most likely gone by now. But what did you think of this one? Now, Lacey's not big on pumpkin spice or spiced cake, so she did not enjoy it very much.
She did not.
We both like those things,
yes,
for the most part. So what did you think?
I was excited to try this because to me it almost sounded like a carrot cake without the carrots. John said,
or walnuts that a lot of times they have, which
John
I don't care for.
Kind of agreed.
You
And
can nuts to yourself.
okay. And I would say that this was very good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very honest right now. Disney has started doing so much better with their cupcakes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sprinkles, but I don't love their cupcakes.
I've never personally loved the Sprinkles cupcakes.
It was good, and I mean, it wasn't good enough that I was like, oh man, I wish I'd have gotten 2 or 3 of them. But it was good, and I'm glad we got it. It did.
It tastes like the spiced cake mix that you get. So I did enjoy it, but I've never been a huge fan of their cupcakes for some reason. I think it's just the style or whatever. So it's nothing actually against them. It might be more our preference in cupcake style. So, and then one thing is we did stay for the first time at the Residence Inn over at Flamingo Crossing. So over there, we've been talking about this area for more than 5 years, I'm sure.
Yes.
6, 7 years possibly, when it was just a Town Place Suites and a Spring Hill Suites. Yep. And a whole lot of land.
Yes.
Right. Then they started building some of that Disney. I believe it's the college program housing all over there. They started building additional hotels. We got a Homewood Suites. We got a Home 2 Suites. We got a Fairfield Inn. We got a Residence Inn. They built like a little mini Target. There's restaurants. That's where the Skyline Chili went. There's a Hash House of Go-Go there. If you don't know what that is and you're hungry, just go. Order something. You will not be disappointed in your hungriness. So there's just this amazing blossoming area. We have stayed at every other hotel there. These can all be booked with Amy and MEI Travel, so she can make sure she's getting you the best deal on those. She can work those in and say they're a great comparison if you're looking at values on Disney property. So we had not stayed in this one yet, so we did, and it quickly became my favorite one at Flamingo Crossing.
Yeah, it was really.
Would you agree?
It was really cool.
The room was huge. We got a king room, and it's giant. It had a full kitchen. It had a couch, living room area with TV that could swivel into the master bedroom area with a king bed. Nice large bathroom area. It had like almost like a little area going into the bathroom that had additional storage and a closet.
Yeah.
Like
it was.
I was really, really impressed. And it was, I can't remember when this one opened, but if somebody had said this opened 1 year ago, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like it just opened.
Yes.
And the staff is as friendly as can be.
Very.
The lady down front, we didn't get her name because her hair was covering it, and I just didn't catch it. She was absolutely outstanding, so much that the next morning I went back and I was like, I want to show you pictures from our costumes because we had mentioned it when we were checking in, and she's like, oh, you got to take photos.
Yep.
And so we went back and showed her, and just, the breakfast, while
Breakfast
they
was
all
good,
have breakfast included, I think this might have been the most legit one. Now, the only downside that we loved about these hotels for so long is they are now charging parking. So this was $20 per night, but a lot of times you can find these rooms for like $150 or under. And the way we look at Drury Inn on that $25, parking fee for night for what you get, I figure, okay, we paid $20 a night to get free breakfast for the two of us, which would have cost $40 at Disney.
Yes,
easily.
100%. Because they have Mickey waffles.
Yeah.
They have the big one or they have the small for
scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, all the cereals and pastries and coffees and tea. I mean, and it's got to be one of the biggest areas, I feel like, for seating and all out of most of those hotels. Some of the other ones, you get at the right time in the morning and it's real hard to find a spot.
Yep.
So highly, highly recommend. Contact
Absolutely.
Amy with MEI Travel. This was great. There's also a Wendy's open till 4 a.m. right next to it.
Yeah.
In case you need it after Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Yes.
So, why don't you kick it off, Rhonda? I guess kind of what is it? When is it? What does it cost, even though it doesn't matter because every night is sold out. Everything's sold out this year, which it did last year. So the rest of October, of course, is sold out as well. But if you're still getting ready to go or thinking about going next year, hopefully we can help you out.
Yes. And, it does take place on select nights from August 15th through October 31st. Again, he said that all the dates are sold out. And it ranges from $120 a person to $220 a person. And, of course, that $220 is on your October 31st night. So
Man, that's a lot.
It is a lot. I mean,
I would do it in a heartbeat on Halloween night. I want us to do that 1 year.
I know you've said.
I don't know if next year's the year because it should be on a Saturday next year. Halloween should, and I mean at that point, we've got 18 and 16-year-olds. Like, I don't even know what we're gonna do and see with them this year as much. So I don't know if it's as required for us to be here on Halloween.
And next year would be great to do it because Lacey's a junior, Kaylin's in college. And we're not missing anything.
Right, let's slow down. Okay, never mind. We'll come to next year. Oh my goodness, that's too much.
It's a great thought process because the following year she's a senior, and we want to be around.
We want to be around. Good point. We're all right. Maybe we can try for next year. Yeah,
then maybe we can put in for what people thinks we should dress up as.
Okay, we'll hold a contest. Something
contest.
We'll do a contest. Somebody gets to pick our costumes.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe
they can.
I don't know if I like leaving ideas up to the sole purpose of contesting.
It's kind of fun. But I was just saying we could put a poll or
that would be
some
fun.
people.
We'll do something.
Some people can start throwing out some ideas,
Okay.
and then we will pick those ideas.
Because we have an idea in our head after this year, but we're not set on it. So.
No. So we'll do is we can do that, and then you can put a poll, and then put all maybe grab 5 different costumes. And then
have all the recommendations, then do a poll. And how about the winner gets some Main Street Magic merch from our new shop at mainstreetshirts.com.
Okay. All right.
So back to the Halloween party.
Yes. So obviously this is a separate ticket. So we have annual passes. We still have to buy it. This is also when you're purchasing, with Amy and you're purchasing your package and you're getting tickets, and you've going to the party, don't buy a Magic Kingdom ticket on the same day or whatever.
Yeah, the party days are a good day to chill at your resort.
Yes, it is.
And relax.
And you can get in as early as 4 p.m.
Yep.
So you have plenty. You have 4 till 7. You have 3 solid hours. If you're there at 4 getting in, you have 3 solid hours until the party starts.
That is included with your ticket.
Correct.
So you have to think about
Correct.
that. And, they close the park at 6 for regular guests. So even between that 6 and 7, there are still plenty of things that are open ride-wise and stuff that you can still do. So you can accomplish a lot. We kind of did. I mean, we did a few rides this night.
We did.
With ease.
Yes, we did. We did the Jungle Cruise. We did the Haunted Mansion, of course. And we did Pirates.
What else we did? We did People Mover.
People Mover.
Trying to think of what else.
I started to say there wasn't too many. We were going to look at doing Tron. Jeremy just didn't think I could.
I don't think you could have got on there with your dress because it has the wiring around the bottom that I think we would have had to almost crush to smash you into it, and you would have had to taken off your veil and everything. I'm sure. I guarantee you would have. They would have made you take it off.
It was like it was pinned in. I don't know.
I know. Maybe they would have yanked on it. But think about the person behind you. That veil was 5 feet long because it almost hit the ground, Rhonda. So the person behind you just getting a face full of veil.
No, because the thing goes around your back, so it should have been fine. But anyways, we didn't do it. But we did. We went and rode those rides. And
again, that was kind of willy nilly. We're so accustomed to doing this year after year that we kind of know our own flow and the way that it works.
Yep.
So if you really put in a little bit of pre-planning, especially as far as it goes from rides between 3 and 5 even, you can get a lot done if that's something you want to do during this time.
And towards the end of the night was that when you were looking and wait times, because we were going to go do Mine Train.
We were, and it was at 25 minutes.
But
at that moment, 35 minutes was Tron.
That's crazy. That's amazing. But unfortunately, again, just like Tron, I know that it's a tight fit in that. So I was like, we
didn't think that was gonna
let's not do that.
Really work either. So as Rhonda mentioned, you did get in at 4 p.m. Park closes at 6. If you are in the park already that day because you did buy a day ticket or you're an annual pass holder, they will start distributing wristbands around 4 or so you can go get your wristband. Yeah. And they're going to give you a bag with some candy in it to start off for your trick-or-treating and all. So you can be there during the day. Just make sure you go get that wristband because, of course, come 6, 7 o'clock, they're posting cast members everywhere to check those bands.
Yes, they are.
To make sure that all the regular day guests get out. So let's talk about a couple things, couple recommendations. What is the first one that you pretty much have just alluded to?
What, arrive early?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just first of all, go early because it just is so fun. I mean, you start seeing everybody. You get to go around to your right and go through that section, which is super cool. Mother Gothel is hanging out there.
Yes.
It's just super cool. And then this was great because not only did we arrive early and get there. Well, actually, we were more towards the 5 o'clock time. I think we had
a lot to do getting ready.
We did. And I think we were leaving our hotel and I think we were in the car and I was like, what time does it start? And it was like 3:50 something. And you were like 4. And I'm like, oh, well, we'll be there. And by the time we drove over to TTC, by the time we got, I think it was like 4:30, 4:40 when we were getting over to actual Magic Kingdom itself. Yeah. So, we got our bands and went right in. And then we were like, well, let's go look at the merch because they immediately allow that at this time at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So we did. And I started maybe we should come back at the end of the night. And I said, do you think it'll sell out? And I was talking with a cast member and she was like, she's basically stuttering, but then she was like, it's always better to get it early. And I was like, all right, well, let's go see.
And I agree with that because
I do
it's
too.
One thing to just be done and out of your way.
Now that exactly. And the reason I will agree with that and say, so what we did is we went through and let's stop for a moment and holy moly, let's talk about the merch this year.
If I don't know what year we started, but if we've been going every year for a decade, I think this is the best merch in the past decade.
It is. It
is
amazing.
Bounds. Yeah.
I love it. So I saw earlier they had a Gravedigger shirt that was not a pass holder. And I was like, I want Jeremy to have that for one. For two, then they had a pass holder one that he's got on now that's got Mickey and it's just perfect.
Yeah,
I love it.
Love it.
Then I wanted the, because this year I don't like purple. I mean, not purple, excuse me. I don't like Christmas spirit jerseys and stuff because a lot of them are red.
Yep.
But this was purple this year for the spirit jersey for the Boo to You love
it's
that.
So good.
So good.
If it shows up at the Character Warehouse, I would like to get one for myself.
Yes.
Seriously.
It was great.
Yeah.
So I got that. And then they had Constance.
Another t-shirt.
Yes, the bride that said "Let's party" or something. Then I was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I have to get this!" And then they had a ornament that I don't think we realized that we started getting because we got one last year.
And it's Constance and a husband dancing. It might just be one of the ballroom couples,
right,
but
still,
it gets that vibe and stuff.
Mansion, yeah.
And I mean, out of everything they had. There's not a thing I wouldn't buy. There's not a thing I looked at and was like, that's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
Like everything. Good. And so we got all our stuff and then we went and we've done this before. We did it for the opening of Tiana's. Get it out of the way. I actually think this is a great way to do it. Yeah. And then we went up front and we rented a locker.
$10.
And shoved it in the locker for $10. It held it until we were leaving at midnight. Yep. Just make sure you remember, but it is well worth it. And 100%. Then the rest of the night, we didn't have to worry. Well, should we get it now? Should we get it now? Yep. We didn't have to carry it on rides. We didn't have to carry it, or hold on to it during waiting for parades and stuff. It was the way to do it. Something else you might want to look at kind of getting on the early end is as they start to put out some of the exclusive party treats, you might want to get them on the early end. Yeah. Because again, if you go by what we recommend, you're going to find that the second half of the night goes very, very quickly.
Yes, it does.
And you may not have time for the things that you missed at the first half of the night.
Yeah,
so that's why I think you put these up front. So get that exclusive merchandise and treats early.
Yeah.
Same thing, I think, with the characters if you can. I think Jack and Sally start meeting at 4:30 up in the Town Square Theater.
We didn't see any characters.
We did not.
Year.
We just didn't. We've done them all in the past, and when we've
been
Jack and Sally,
yeah.
When we've been Jack and Sally, we went and saw Jack and Sally. When we were dressed up as the zombie, princesses with the three of you and me as Eric and all, we went and made sure we met. Cinderella and Ariel and Eric and all. So we kind of usually do it around that.
I feel like we switch. We either do that or we try to find the photo passes.
Yes. And this year we really worked on the photo passes.
Found photo passes.
Yeah. So there's and it's another thing you can look at doing early. The issue with looking at some of these photo passes early is it's still light out. Mm-hmm. But they've got great photo pass and with different magic shots in front of Haunted Mansion. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch over there as you enter that new Fantasyland area to the right of Pinocchio Hus. Mm-hmm. There's some great ones there with Yzma. With was that where Sally was? They actually have some props like the llama potion. Mm-hmm. They had frog's breath props, very, very cool areas. So look for those. There's some additional ones around with like hitchhiking ghosts. Or those were? Did we get one of those at Haunted Mansion?
Yes. So
we got a Zero at Haunted Mansion. A couple different ones
over at where Sally we did
there as well. But again, that's a time to start looking at doing those things. Mm-hmm. Then prioritize your entertainment. For us, the three things we don't believe you should miss, and the main reason you're going to the party
it's so good.
Is these three entertainment elements, which is the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular on the stage there in front of Castle. It is the fireworks, and it is the Boo to You parade, which happens twice a night.
We got to see the Headless Horseman
twice. We did.
Twice. It was amazing.
So, you've got fireworks at 10. You've got Boo to You at 8:30 and 11:15, I believe it was.
Yes.
And then you have the Villain Spectacular throughout the night with the last showing at midnight as the party closes, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
If you had to miss one of the three, you could probably miss the Villain Spectacular. I love this show, but it's one of those that I just kind of watch and I'm like, why these villains specifically? Just because you get Facilier, you get Maleficent, you get the Evil Queen real quick. Like,
Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie. I don't. It's just a weird. It makes sense and it's really cool.
And then she brings a bunch of friends out. Remember?
Right, but it's not. I don't know. I hope that this turns when Villains Land eventually opens. I mean, again, I hope that they go all out for it and the party, but I hope this turns into more of a whole villain shows. I love the Sanderson sisters and Hocus Pocus. I just think it's time for something new. Would you agree with that part? I still love it every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe time for something slightly new there.
Sure.
All right, we'll talk
just
about.
Wouldn't know what it would be.
I know, I don't either. I think something specific to only, I guess, kind of those standard Disney movie villains, which I just wouldn't put the Sandersons under. I'm thinking more of the classic standard Disney movies of that type. I think would be really cool. The classic animated styles, going all the way up still to Tangled and things like that with Mother Gothel, but that's just my thought.
Okay.
There's treat stations throughout. You can get a lot of candy.
Yeah.
A lot of them you can move through very quickly. We personally don't see, even if you have small children and you can get away from it, we don't see the need to prioritize trick-or-treating. Only because there's so much else to do for the value. I swear they're only giving about 4 different kinds of candy
But I
this
just
year.
started to say, what did we notice this year?
Yeah, we had Skittles, Twix, Snickers. I can't remember if I saw another one. It was a very limited amount of different styles, which I thought was interesting.
And the only reason we got the Snickers is because we were over by Jungle Cruise, and she didn't have like a ton. She
saw her costumes and reeled you over.
Yeah,
with her invisible fishing line.
Yeah,
which I thought was adorable, and then handed us a whole bunch of special Snickers ones.
Yeah.
And
she didn't have like a tub, like they were scooping them. So that is the one thing that I noticed, that on the third one, that it was the exact same candy. I was like, I'm done.
And then we stopped doing them, to be honest. So unless the other stations had something completely different and we missed it, I
don't think it did. Yeah. But I'm going to say, I think the main reason is because, yes, Jeremy says it doesn't take long. Yes, it's fun to do whatever, but it does still take that time.
Yeah.
And I prefer.
Here's what we recommend. You work them into what you're doing.
Right.
If you walk past a treat station and it's going to be a quick walkthrough, which it probably will, go ahead and do it. I think that works fine.
Yeah.
And then, don't please do a dining reservation to sit down between the hours of 7 and 12.
Yeah.
And I personally wouldn't do them I would not do a seated meal after 4 p.m. here. I wouldn't. I think it is a waste of time and it is an absolute waste of your money.
It would be.
So just don't do it.
Yeah.
A quick service meal is fine. And what we'll recommend is, while you're seated for the entertainment the way that we like, there's a Casey's Corner you could run to. There's plenty of things you could mobile order, send somebody off to get them while everybody else holds that spot, and you come back with the food. That's when you do your meal. If you haven't gorged yourself on candy and some of the sweet exclusive treats that they have.
Because they have a lot of that. And we kind of.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of those shows, we covered the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular, but do you want to talk about Disney's Not So Spooky Spectacular, the fireworks show that is happening at 10 p.m. every party night?
Yeah, that's always fun. I feel like the major thing besides the fireworks are your projection show on the castle.
Yeah.
It is hosted by Jack Skellington, which is just, I just get chills.
I just got them.
Oh, I love him so much.
This giant Jack Skellington walks out on stage.
Yeah.
That's all you got to know.
Yeah.
And it's as real can be.
Yeah, he is real.
And he introduces it, and and then he comes out at the end too.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
It's so good. And then the fireworks are great. They're fireworks, you know. They're always, it's Disney fireworks. It's great. But the projection show, I was really trying to pay attention this year to the castle much more than looking up in the fireworks. But the fireworks are so cool because they are those Halloween colors, which is just incredible to me. I just love it. Now, it's so hard because Disney's done fireworks with Magic Kingdom so well, with Happily Ever After, that, I mean, they can try. I know they can try to top these, but
they can't.
They can't. So
here's what I said to
enjoy.
Rhonda. Happily Ever After is so good that it makes the Not So Spooky Spectacular not look that great. And
Right.
the Not So Spooky Spectacular is still better than probably most theme park fireworks anywhere else.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is just very projection based. And
But it's super
and what I
cool.
love about Happily Ever After is that the fireworks are so perfectly synced up with what is happening, not only with the music, but the projections and some of the shapes. This doesn't really have that same connection, but it is a wonderful show. It's just one where I really think you want to be hub back to Main Street, through Main Street to train station,
Yeah.
to really get the good view of the castle.
Yeah, I'll agree.
It has some really great moments in it. The castle animations are incredible. And you get a lot of your classic characters, which is super cool, and you get some villains that show up and all. But I think the whole Mickey and Goofy and Donald and all them entering this haunted house,
With Zero.
it's a wonderful family show.
Yeah.
Like, I think kids will really, really enjoy it because of the projections. Now, the Boo to You parade. This includes a pre-parade appearance by the Headless Horseman, and then all the characters in their Halloween costumes and floats. This is happening, as we said, at 8:30 and 11:15. We caught the second one at 11:15.
Yes, we did. The
That's
whole
just
thing.
part of our plan, and
Yeah.
we'll go over that after. So, I've said it every year. I think it's the best parade that I've personally ever seen.
I agree.
By Disney, Universal, wherever I've seen one.
It's amazing.
I think it is the best parade.
It's my favorite.
It's outstanding.
And
The
that
way it
Headless
kicks off with
Horseman.
the Headless Horseman, and then when the
So
lights dim
good.
and the thunder and lightning hit, and then that Boo to You slowly starts up.
Boo. To
It's
You.
the best.
So good.
Where did we select our spot for these 3 showings of these 3 entertainment events?
So we did
which we've
this
done
last
before,
year.
yeah, and it's our go-to now.
Yeah. They actually.
So if you're going on the same night we're going to something like this, you better get there real early. You're gonna have Rhonda to deal with.
Yeah, it's neat because it's. I don't even know how to explain it. Just
All right.
look for the
If
tape
you're-
on the
we'll
ground.
say this: if you're okay,
but don't.
if you're at
don't
the hub-
explain it. Maybe.
okay, so it is over in Tomorrowland behind the Joffreys. You just want to sit and stare at the bathrooms. All right. No,
That's funny.
if you are facing Cinderella Castle in the hub, okay, and you're in the center of the hub near the partner statue, you're going to sidestep, I don't know, 20, 30 feet or so to the left side of the hub. Where that walkway comes across the little bridge, right, from Liberty Square, and it passes Sleepy Hollow, and it starts to come into the hub, is where it's taped off, and then it goes, obviously, around the hub. That corner there. So basically, imagine you're sitting on that corner. You're looking dead down into Liberty Square in that bridge and that walkway where the parade is going to come through. And as you look to the right, you're looking directly at Cinderella Castle. So you basically,
Perfect.
you catch these floats coming dead on from the front, and then you watch as they turn all the way, and then you watch the back of them as they go through Cinderella Castle. Another awesome thing is you can sit during the entire parade. You just sit
100%.
your butt right there. As
Yep.
long as you're behind the yellow line, you're all good. There you can get, if you love taking photos, first of all, you can get some incredible head-on photos. And there's some Mickey lanterns that are lighting each side of the walkway that you can get in it's just incredible.
Did you get some
And,
good ones? Apparently.
Well, if I'm an awful photographer and I'm just opening an iPhone and snapping it, I'm not Derek Bell who takes incredible photos.
Okay.
So you can get these incredible photos though as it passes you with Cinderella Castle in the background. And when you're on the ground and you're kind of looking up at the float it's awesome. It is the viewing spot, I think. And then what's great is that we got there for the 10 o'clock fireworks a little after 9, right? About 9-ish maybe. And we got our spot. We watched the 10 o'clock fireworks and we don't move. Then there was a 10:35 stage show and then 11:15 fireworks. So that's what we were saying earlier. That back half of your night, if you go by this plan, is going to take up a big chunk.
And you only have about 10,
Not a lot of waiting
15
time, yeah.
minutes in between
Yeah.
everything.
The most time
Not
you're
that-
waiting is for the first thing.
Yeah.
And there is
Yeah.
a stage show at 9:05, but we
Yeah.
were like, well, if we catch the 9:05, we're going to have to see the 10:35 again.
Right.
So we're not going to rush for it.
And
but
we
we
were
got there
still in
shortly
line
after it.
for, weren't we still in line for?
Haunted pictures. We went back
yeah.
to get haunted pictures when it was nighttime, and they were actually using part of the lightning lane. and we waited almost 30 minutes. It was the longest we waited for anything all night long.
Yeah. So you did. It was about 30.
It was about 30, I think. And that's what they had said out front. But it was well worth it because we had to get those nighttime shots.
We did.
We just had to.
And it was just great.
But if you park your butt there from roughly just say 9:15, 9:30, you're there till roughly 11:30. You're there for 2 hours, but you're really only waiting that 30 to 45 minutes on the front end. You know, the fireworks, I think, were 12 minutes long. They're done by 10:12. You have that short 20 minutes or so to sit for the 10:35 spectacular. That runs 20 minutes. So that goes to 10:55. Then you got 20 minutes for the parade. Headless Horseman's going to come a little bit earlier. And then, of course, in that spot, it's going to take 5-10 minutes for the parade to get around. But you get all of those things. You get a great spot for it. This is what we've been doing for years, and it works.
Yep.
Something else you could do is go ahead and line up and do the 8:30 parade, catch the 9:05 spectacular show, then do the 10 o'clock fireworks. Use the second parade time. First of all, if you have younger kids, you want to do that, and then you're probably going to take them back. You're going to take them. They're going to be tired.
Yeah.
If not, during that second parade, you go ride rides. And you finish off your night riding rides or doing some of the character meet and greets, because most people that are left there are there to see that final parade.
Correct.
So you can go accomplish a lot. So, you know, again, start at 8:30. Your rest of the night's good. So you have a little bit on the front end to try the treats and some of that stuff. Let's talk about some of those character meet and greets. Again, they're all throughout the park. You get a lot of like rare characters. Mother Gothel, as Rana said, made her debut. And not only she was up there as we walk in. And this Mother Gothel was awesome.
She was.
I
great.
hope that she is a part of Villain's Land.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like this same Mother Gothel, I hope. Just be like, I hope they sign that person on like a 20-year contract or something. Again, Jack and Sally are ones that you really want to try and get there for early or last and see. Mickey and Minnie are always going to be in special holiday gear, Halloween gear that year that's new every year. So you always want to check them out. Then you can get stuff like, you know, the sisters from Cinderella. You can get a lot of rare ones. But the parade is where you really see all these rare characters.
Yeah.
So that part's really cool if you're into that.
Yes.
Attractions. Do you just want to talk about the 3 slight overlays? We didn't really do them this year, but we've done them in the past. Because you have a lot of attractions open. Yeah. Then you have some that are closed, like Carousel of Progress, Country Bears, because they're treat stations. Right. But what ones have a little extra Halloween twist to them?
Well, Mad Tea Party, you know, gets special lighting and music. Space Mountain actually runs complete darkness, and it's got spooky audio and stuff. But
it's
still,
black.
We rode the People Mover, and I mean it.
You know, normally you can see like some shooting stars and some lights, and there's
black.
Absolute. Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's nuts, and it's cool. It definitely adds an additional thrill to it because, you know, if you thought you couldn't see what's coming before, you really can't see it now.
Yeah,
and it's one of those. If you think you know what's coming, you really don't when it's pitch black.
Yeah.
So, and then finally, it's not. This is a treat station, so the show's not actually happening.
Right, and it's Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. But it does have the one monster, and he'll come on and he'll see somebody and say stuff. And some people sit down. They're tired. They need a break. They're kind of trying to, you know, like just rest for a little bit. Get some air conditioning. It's a really great spot to rest.
You can sit. There's going to be a little bit of a show, and then on your way out, you get a big ice scoop full of candy because they're still doing that.
Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah, and man,
it's on the way in to do that.
I'm sure it's out there. I should have looked it up for like a fun little fact, but I would love to know how many pounds of candy they're giving out a night. Yeah, I mean they're wheeling out.
They're not allowed either when they drop it to pick them up.
Oh, I know. Yep.
But you can. They did not say no to the guy.
I was picking up candy off the ground left and right, man.
But I'm just
a little sticky.
saying.
I didn't know that they served
in the
gum.
packs.
I didn't think they gave out gum. There was some underneath the railing.
Okay.
The cinnamon. Let's talk about costumes and whether you should get dressed up or not. We choose to get slightly dressed up.
Slightly, yeah.
I'm going to leave it to you because this is literally your baby and your doing because the idea was mostly yours, and then we had to figure out mine. And then you took care of pretty much doing all the costuming. You did the makeup. Like, you made these what they were. So I'm going to let you talk about what we did and if people liked it or not.
Well, let's say, like, unlike normal park rules, which restrict costumes to guests 14 and up, during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, adults are permitted to wear costumes within the guidelines.
Yeah. So there's no face masks.
Correct.
But you can do face paint.
Yes.
Your costume cannot touch the ground or drag, basically, is the rule.
Correct.
Rhonda's was very, very close, and she actually had to cut it some, and then
I did.
We did some additional scissoring in Memento Mori.
Yeah. So
Just
when
to be
I
safe.
cut my dress, I actually cut the dress part, but there's I guess what would you call it on it? It's not cobwebs, but is it kind of cobwebby?
It kind of has that feel. I don't know what you call that stuff.
I don't know but it was hanging off, and I don't think I realized it, so it was dragging, and a couple times I stepped on it. So we did cut that off in Memento Mori.
Yeah.
I also cut my veil because my veil was actually I think a lot longer.
Yeah, it would have drug on the ground fully.
And then I could have cut it more.
Yeah, I would have stood on the back and surfed. They definitely would have been like, I'm sorry, you can't wear that. Put your pants back
they
on, sir.
did mention something when I was walking into the park about it, and she kind of did say to hold it up, but I was like...
Yeah, I think she was kind of be careful in a sense, was almost the way she was saying it.
Right.
Just be careful.
And again, if somebody would have come up to me, a manager or somebody, and said, ma'am, I would have been like, do you have scissors?
We'll
I will cut it
Yeah,
shorter. I couldn't walk. I'm just short.
Yeah.
So when I bought this off of Amazon, I couldn't walk without stepping on it in my own house.
Yeah.
And my shoes were going to be tennis shoes. So I was like, I have to cut it. And Jeremy was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, I can't walk, and I'm not buying giant things. And it kind of added to the dress, kind of looking ratty. It was cool.
So explain your costume and what you bought, because again, you're Constance Hatchaway. So you are this attic bride. You've chopped off 5 of your husband's heads. You're ghost now haunting this attic.
Yeah.
How do you achieve that look?
Well, I mean, it's really cool because, it was $31 on Amazon.
That blows my mind. That dress only cost $30.
Yeah, and it was this ghostly bride dress, and I was very excited. I like to do things like that. I like to shocker. I like to dress up. I like to. I actually didn't wear a veil for my own wedding, so I was very excited to wear a veil and do this. So yeah, I bought it and then cut it so I could walk and then be able to do that. And then just bought the 5 pearls necklaces.
You got a necklace with 5. It was 5 pearl necklaces all in one.
5 strand pearls.
Right.
So it came with a veil. So I bought another veil, very cheap, like $7 or something. And then I actually sewn the grayish veil on top of the white veil. And then where I had a double veil. So one of the pictures I did take it with it over my face. But then I just left it the rest of the time off my face. But I loved the double veil. It was so fun.
It was cool.
With Jeremy, he got this outfit on Amazon that was...
Hold on. You have a lot more to go over with yours. Actually, you know what? Go to mine, because what you... what you did is what most people would do.
Well, I was going to go back to the guidelines, and with Jeremy, we did get him a outfit, suit.
Yeah, I looked up. It was turn of the century Great Gatsby style suit. So it kind of has the coat tails, a black vest. It's just that the
Haunted
pants,
Mansion colors.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was that greenish Haunted Mansion color. Then it had brown khaki style pants, but they're the weird ones with the buttons on the front and the side, no pockets that I don't know, old timey people wore. It came with a white dress shirt. Yeah, the black vest. Yeah, this green black, tailcoat jacket. And then ended up ordering a hat, basically kind of like a turn of the century style black hat, to go with it. So mine was pretty straightforward as far as the actual costume went. And then I wore black dress shoes that I had.
Yeah. And then we were going to get you can get a headband that looks like you have a hatchet sticking in your head. And we were going to get that and put around Jeremy's neck. In the guidelines, not only did Jeremy say you are not allowed to wear a mask, for adults, because children can, by the way.
Yeah.
So if your child is going as something that has a mask, you can do that. But with adults, you cannot. So also you cannot have anything that resembles a weapon.
Yeah, a real weapon, I think, is the way it put it in a sense.
Yeah, and so first of all, because I was going to carry a hatchet, I did not. I carried just gray rose bouquet. With that being said, also we were going to take that headband hatchet and fashion it around his neck. But again, we didn't want to get in trouble. And I kept saying, okay, we are ghosts. We are not zombies. We are not. I'm like, when you watch ghost stories and when you watch things, like, they just died and they came back. So, like, Jeremy's not coming back without a head. And so
right. Or a hatchet stuck in it.
Right. You would have.
So we just retold the story.
Right.
A little bit.
You would look like you would sew it back on. Yeah. So
our thought was Constance, all of a sudden got invited to the Halloween party, and she dug up her last husband and said, said, hey, come on, let's go. She already chopped his head off. He's not going to say no. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, that was great. Those are our pretty standard costumes. You did all our makeup, which was absolutely fabulous. And we had so many comments on the makeup. You did great with the, kind of that paleness with the black highlights. Sprayed my, your hair white, my beard and hair all white. Mm-hmm. Outlined our eyes in black so they look sunk back like in Haunted Mansion when they're trying to get the sketch. They're back like raccoon eyes. I mean, the makeup was absolutely outstanding, which set it to a whole other direction. And then you took your costume to even, I think, beyond that, right?
So when you look it up and look up like Constance Hatchaway, or when you look up Haunted Mansion Bride or whatever, it was neat because I did see where, like, in a lot of things that she has the red beating heart. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of people will do blue. A lot of times people will also do their skin blue. I did not want to do that. Yeah. I wanted to stick with the white.
Yeah. And that blue's throughout Haunted Mansion. I mean, when you go through the graveyard scene, mm-hmm. if you notice anything that is highlighting that light blue, they're dead. Mm-hmm. Anything that is highlighted in regular white light, like the dog, the cat, the mm-hmm. singing cats, whatever, or meowing cats, they're alive. Mm-hmm. And that's why they're not lit in that light blue. So, yeah, I feel like Constance is known for that kind of light blue color mm-hmm. and glow and all. And obviously she's got it coming from her in the mansion when you go past her.
Right. So we ordered some lights and Jeremy fashioned it up under my one dress that kind of was down the whole like front, but not all the way to the ground. Mm-hmm. And it was really cool. And then I got a heart that lit up and put it right down in my sports bra top.
Yeah. It glowed right through the dress.
Yep.
That was so good, man.
It was really cool. And that was fun. I mean, we got a lot of compliments during the daylight, but then it was really cool once I was able to
at nighttime with everything lit up. Yep. We do this because we love it, first of all. We just love doing it.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. I looked at Jeremy the next day and I was like, I would so do this again tonight.
Yeah, like if I would too. I would have too.
Just to walk around and I don't know how serious they were, but a couple of people thought we were actual cast members that were.
Yeah, because someone was like, I was wondering what you're doing over here.
Yeah,
we weren't around Liberty Square or Haunted Mansion at one point. We do it because we love dressing up. I think of it like, me, myself, and Irene when he's showing the photo of his 3 grown sons and they're all in Halloween costumes, mm-hmm. and she's like, oh, that's so sweet. What was it, Halloween? He's like, no, we're just goofing around. I'm like, that's like, we would do that. We don't just dress up or sit around the house or anything, but we love it that much. 2, we love the reactions in the interactions that mm-hmm. we get with guests and cast members all night long.
Yes.
And I kid you not, 200 300, I couldn't tell. I don't know that we went more than 20 feet or 20 seconds without a comment or overhearing someone say something, which feels great because we put a lot of time and money and effort into these things. So it is nice for them to be appreciated.
Yes.
You also just get fun interactions.
100%.
We talk about Golden Outpost in Rose when we were getting our food there. We'll talk about the food in a few minutes, but the team leader.
Oh, Yeah. She asked if she could take a picture so she could send it to all on her work. She did say on her work phone so she could send it to all her team leads. And I was like, oh my gosh,
Like,
absolutely.
Okay, absolutely.
Thank you.
There were two gentlemen in onesie skeleton costumes that asked to take photos with us and got kind of our own little photo shoot with them over in Tomorrowland.
Sweet
we had a woman
Fernando.
yeah. Oh yeah, Fernando. Fernando.
A cast member.
That was so sweet.
Stopped me and gave me celebrating best costume 2025.
Yeah,
and I just was
so
like, oh my
sweet.
God. I was so that was so great.
Yeah.
So great.
We had someone who was on FaceTime, I think, with their friends back home, who then turned the phone on us.
I don't
when
know.
we were waiting for.
I thought she was right. I thought she was like.
You think she purposely phoned people when she saw us?
I thought she was like a what do you call it? Like we are like a, but the blogger, the people that like.
Oh, could have been. Yeah. No, she was on FaceTime though with somebody.
Okay.
I thought she was
on with lots more people. Like when.
Oh, maybe then. Okay, so maybe it was like a stream. Okay.
And
anyway,
like people, because she's like, "Hey guys," and like.
So whoever it was, maybe we showed up there if you saw us. Yeah, it was just awesome.
Really cool.
It was great. We got some of the best photos we have ever gotten at a Halloween party or anything. I mean, we have these photos in front of the castle that like, yeah, I might send and be like, hey, Disney marketing, you want these? I will sell them for cheap. But I mean, and that's no credit to us as much as it was that PhotoPass photographer in front of the castle.
She was great.
She was telling us to do this. She's like, point at the camera, stand back to back. She's getting down and turning it angled. And I'm thinking in my head, what on earth is this lady doing? Is this going to turn out like the Beastie Boys cover album ones we got by Epcot when the girls were young? They came in and we were like, holy moly.
Did you see the one coming when I'm holding pumpkin?
No, I didn't even see some of the magic shots that have come through since then. We saw her later. She wasn't taking photos. And I was like, those photos you took by us at Cinderella Castle were incredible. Like, I almost wanted to be like, do you do the capture the moment? And like, how do we get you if we want to do that in the future? But it was so fun. If you can dress up, dress up.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't have to be what we do. You see so much Disney bounding.
Yeah.
And people that are so comfortable in Disney bounding. The guys in the skeleton onesies, that is an easy thing just to do.
100%.
I'm not going to wear it because I'm lumpy. But other people, maybe you want to. I don't know. But it's you can do really simple things. I saw so many, like, you know, I hate to see the stereotypical husband that people think who just assume he doesn't want to dress up and doesn't want to do anything. I saw so many adorable couples that had very simple Disney bounds, like, you know, a Stitch and an Angel or whatever it may be, that were so well done.
Yes.
And the husband looked as happy as he could be to be wearing it. So I think that part's just awesome. All right, let's finish off with a couple of the snacks that we had. I will say that it's really, really hard to prioritize food here, I think.
It is. And then I thought you kind of had a plan.
I didn't.
But you didn't.
Yes, and
you didn't. Like.
Well, the problem here is, too, and the same thing, you know, we didn't eat a lot at Halloween Horror Nights. And here's what I wish they would do. I wish they would take the route of the festivals, of the Mardi Gras Festival and all over at Universal, of all the Epcot festivals, smaller portions for smaller prices, make it almost like a Halloween food festival as well.
Yeah.
Where you can more easily go from location to location and get smaller
access too.
Easier access, smaller portions for smaller prices. You know, we didn't get it, but I told you and I told John, I saw the Friar's Nook tots that they had that were specialty. I saw several people walking away with them. This thing was in a giant bowl that looks like it could easily feed 2 people a meal.
Yeah.
So if you get that, that's all you can get. You know what I mean? So it's hard to get stuff, and they've got a lot of good stuff.
And then they have stuff at Cosmic Grays, which we didn't get over there.
Yeah. Sit down restaurants. So, you know, the plaza and be our guest. You know, don't waste your time.
No.
So, you know, we didn't get to do a lot, but we did do a few things. Why
we
don't
only
you
did
stop
like
off?
3 things.
I said a few. Why don't you
3.
start off with
3.
Casey's Corner? 3 is a few. Right?
And only 2 food things.
Listen, man.
So we went to Casey's Corner and they had a candy corn verine. Did I say that right?
Yes.
What are you doing?
I was eating some nerds out of my potion thing. We got the llama potion, and I was just eating a few. We're talking about candy. I was eating a couple. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Continue, please.
So we got the candy corn verine.
I'm gonna choke on them, probably. I don't have anything to drink. All right, go ahead. I'll just be over here if you need me.
It's a layered dessert with...
You're so loud. This was a bad idea. All right. Hold on. I'm almost done.
I was thinking, going through my head, what does he think putting those in his mouth right now is a good idea?
A little sour. Okay. I'm done. And now
A
please
layered
continue.
dessert with salted caramel ganache, marshmallow panna
cotta.
whipped cream, and crunchy caramel corn and candy corn on top. Oh man, I didn't eat the candy corn. I didn't eat the. I didn't want the caramel corn.
Yeah,
but it's $5.99, and this was very, very good. I really like the salted caramel ganache. All of it together when you ate it was really, really good. It was so good. I ate 2 or 3 bites and I was like, I don't want to be sick.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
It was
very rich.
So I stopped eating it, but it was really good.
I felt so bad throwing any of this away because I absolutely loved it. And like after I had regular bites, I went back. No, we couldn't. I went back and I was like, well, let me try each individual bite. Let me try just the marshmallow panna cotta and just the salted caramel ganache. And each individual item was pretty good. But when you put your spoon all the way to the bottom, especially with that caramel ganache on the bottom, dude, this was amazing.
So good.
It. So good. And I love contrast of textures sometimes. So I like the crunch of either the candy corn, which is a soft crunch, or the caramel corn on top. I thought was cool.
And the rest at Casey's Corner was, I believe, not new. It was.
Yeah, I thought it was what we had last year. It was a bunch of stuff.
And if it was
covered in pork and
new,
corn and stuff, yeah.
It was just slightly different from last year. That they could call it new. But so we didn't want to get that.
To eat a meal.
No, but I was needing something.
Yes.
Flipping like meat or something that we did not get
until 1:30 a.m. in a double baconator at Wendy's.
Yes,
which was delicious.
I did eat that because we went to the Golden Outpost and we got the beignets from Beyond, which was soft, pillowy beignets dusted with powdered sugar and chocolate cookie crumbs served with cookies and cream dipping sauce. They are $8.79 and they are
3 of them.
3 of them?
Yeah, there are 3 of the. There are 3 of their standard Golden Outpost beignets that are then covered in this purple powdered sugar and a little bit of chocolate cookie crumbs, and then it has this very dense, thick cookies and cream cheese dipping sauce.
Yeah.
How did you like them without the sauce and then with the sauce?
I mean, without the sauce, it's fine. They were very.
They're beignets.
They're very good beignets.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much powdered sugar though. Holy
there was.
Moly.
There was.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
It's like Tony Montana every time you're done eating them.
It was good though. It was really good.
Yeah.
But then with the dipping sauce was fantastic.
It was. I could eat that like dipping sauce but with a spoon. I feel like it was so good.
Yeah.
But speaking of spoons though, get a spoon to scoop dipping sauce and put it on the beignet. It was very hard to dip the beignet in the sauce because of how dense it was. And then we got something to wash it down with a little bit.
Yeah.
Special for the Halloween
Yeah,
party
and it was the hot honey lemonade. This is classic lemonade with a fiery twist, hot honey, and a chili lime rim that gives this non-alcoholic drink a bold, sweet heat finish. It was $6.29.
We love the lavender lemonade that's always there.
Yes. I really liked this. I liked the taste of the rim with the chili lime, and then just the whole drink I really enjoyed. I don't think you did as much, correct?
No, so it's hot honey on the rim and then tahini.
Okay.
They probably don't have the rights or whatever to say it or something. I don't know. But it's tahini.
That's good.
Which I do like tahini. I don't like a lot of tahini, and I don't like it like this. So, but once I had it stirred a little bit and settled, and I just drank it out of the straw, I did enjoy it. It's weird that something can be refreshing and also not refreshing because it has the tiniest bit of spice. What are you laughing at?
I gave you the last sip, and then
you gave me the last sip, but I don't even know what was in the bottom of that one. I think it was just like I think it was chili lime and dirt or something. It was awful. Well, you said, would you like the last sip? I'm like, yeah. It was literally like 2 millimeters of probably backwash on the bottom. It was all it was. Look, thank you, honey. This was so refreshing. I appreciate it. I'm no longer parched. So anyway, I mean that covers it.
We should have eaten like a burger at Cosmic Rays.
I wish we had,
or something.
Again,
we didn't.
One, it's hard to prioritize, and 2, it's really, really hard to eat when you are covered in makeup.
Yeah, that's true.
And you've got this stuff in your beard, the spray in your beard, and you're wearing all this clothing, and like, so it's kind of hard to eat.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, we had to eating the beignets. We had to eat like we were performing brain surgery. Like, you're so particular and
careful,
like, so like I dumped off sugar away, and the whole table was already covered in powdered sugar from the folks before us. I don't know what they did. They must have eaten the beignets and then just tipped it over the whole thing and left or something, because I don't know what was happening there. But yeah, I mean, obviously we love this and we go year after year.
Yes.
I can say all I want. They need to update it and they need to change it. They 100% need to.
Okay.
But it sells out every year, and we go every year.
Yep.
And so a part of me is like, you can't blame them. Right. Now, what I said is...
And they change the merch every year.
They do. They change the merch every year. They update the treats every year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
like, what do you want?
I think you need a new or slightly updated fireworks show and projection.
Okay.
And I think you need to just start over with the stage show. As great as the Sanderson Sisters one is, and I do love it. It's really well done, and it is great. That one's run its course, and I think that one they need to start over. I don't think they're going to do anything soon, but I really, really hope when Villains Land is open that they say we need to kind of start over with the Halloween party and give some fresh life and new ideas to it. Okay. And somebody else is going to say, hey, it sells out every year. Are you an idiot? And then he's going to go, my bad. You're right, Tim. Let's just keep doing what we've been doing. We wasted all our money on Villains Land.
Yeah.
Now we can't do. In fact, we're actually taking away the fireworks for the Halloween party. If you want to see them, come on a regular night, buddy. Buy two tickets, one for each. But yeah, so we love it. We recommend it.
Oh,
and I mean,
always.
I know it is very hard for folks, both planning and often financially, to do something like both Halloween Horror Nights and the Disney Halloween party in 1 week, which we were very, 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 very fortunate to get to do. But man, that is awesome.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
it was awesome.
It was, but I'm gonna say thank you for that, because your birthday money that you get from your parents,
I always buy Halloween.
You always
tickets,
do.
Yeah.
So it's not like it is. We are grateful and thankful that we can do stuff like this, because we couldn't without.
I'm a 46-year-old man who still gets birthday money from his parents, and I appreciate it more than anything.
Absolutely.
And there's a whole family kind of joke and tradition behind it, and how we do it and all. But I make sure every year that I use it for something that I can remember, like the Smoker Out Back I got 1 year. Past 2 years I've done the Halloween party, because I don't want to squander away on other things, or even just go towards our regular trips.
Right.
I want to be able to, like, hey, Mom, Dad, that money that you gave me for my birthday, this was the night we had. And I think we both will agree, outside of having the girls with us, which always makes everything better.
100%.
I think we had the best Halloween party you and I have personally ever had.
It was so fun.
It was amazing. You haven't stopped talking about it since we got back.
I loved it.
Which makes me very, very happy. So
I loved it so much.
So I guess look for next year at some point, or we'll start. We'll go ahead. Yeah. We can, you can start throwing out ideas or whatever. We want to do couples costumes.
Yes, we do.
We
Jeremy does.
I want to do couples costumes. A lot of folks we're talking about, with Rhonda being Constance, we're like, well, you could be, the gravekeeper that's outside of there. You could be one of, the stretching room, one of those two guys. You could be whatever. And I was like, I understand they're both Haunted Mansion, but it doesn't fit as a couple. Mm-hmm. It doesn't fit the Jack and Sally and those types of things, the Ariel and Eric like we did. So that's what we like. And honestly, we like it to take a little bit of work. We do. We do. It just makes it fun. There's nothing I love more than getting makeup put on my face, is there, honey?
Oh, I think it's hysterical.
You'll be able to catch on YouTube that. I'm gonna try and get that video up this week, along with many others, including the Tacolate, the donuts, as well as a whole bunch of wonderful content that John's been doing. Of course, if you want all that, including his daily dining reviews at noon every Monday through Friday, you got to go to mainstmagic.com. Of course, hit subscribe. You get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Check out Main Street Shirts for our new mainstreetshirts.com for our new merch line. We're dropping new stuff all the time as we launch this new site and all. And then finally, of course, you know that Rhonda and I would be very, very thankful if you could please leave us a rating and review,
because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got, and we'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.